My name is Alex. I'm 24 years old. For a long time, I felt like I was living someone else's life. It was like I was an actor on a stage, but I did not have my own voice or words. I just did what others told me to do. My parents, my teachers, my friends, they all had ideas about who I should be. I followed their plans without asking what I really wanted. Every day felt the same. I went to school or work. I did what I was told. I smiled when I had to smile. I studied what I was told to study. But inside, I felt empty, like I was just playing a role, not living my life. It was like watching a movie about me, but I was not in control. Sometimes I wanted to say no. I wanted to do things that made me happy, but I was afraid. I thought if I stopped acting, people would not like me. So I kept quiet. I hid my true feelings. I pretended to be someone I was not. At family dinners, when someone asked about my future, I gave answers that I thought were right. I said I wanted a good job, even if my heart did not agree. I said I liked things I did not like. I tried to be perfect in their eyes. But the truth was, I felt like a joke, like my life was funny to others, but not to me. I was trapped in a story written by others. I had no power to change it. I was just following a script that was not mine. This made me sad and tired. I was lost. I did not know who I really was. I felt like a shadow, always there, but never seen. But deep inside, I had a small voice. It whispered, "There must be more." It was faint, but it was there. This voice gave me hope, even when I did not understand it. I did not know then what I would do, but I knew I could not live this way forever. I needed to find my own voice. I needed to write my own story. One evening, something inside me changed. I was sitting alone in my room, feeling tired and sad. I looked in the mirror and asked myself, "Who are you? What do you want?" But I didn't have an answer. I only saw a face, but behind it, I felt empty. For a long time, I had been acting smiling and following other people's dreams, but now the mask felt heavy. I wanted to take it off. I wanted to find the real me. That night, I cried. I cried for all the times I said yes when I wanted to say no, for the dreams I kept inside, for the voice I never used. I felt a deep sadness, but also a strange hope. I thought maybe I can change. Maybe I can stop pretending. The idea was scary. Change is hard. It means leaving the safe path and walking into the unknown. But I felt a small spark inside me that said, try. So I decided to take a small step. I got a notebook and began to write. At first, the words were hard to find. My voice was quiet and rusty. But I kept writing about my feelings, my dreams, my fears. Writing helped me see who I really was. Not the person I pretended to be, but the real me, with hopes and fears. It was like opening a door to a new world. That night, I felt something new, the power to change my life. I was no longer just an actor. I was becoming the writer of my own story. After that night, I kept writing every day. It became my way to understand myself. I wrote about what I liked and what scared me. Sometimes the words came easily, other times it was hard, but each page made me feel closer to the real me. I began to make small changes in my life. I stopped saying yes to things I did not want to do. It was not easy. Some people did not understand. They asked why I was different. I didn't always know how to explain. But I knew I had to be true to myself. I tried new things that made me happy. I listened to music I loved, not just what others liked. I started drawing and writing poems. I even talked to new people who shared my feelings. These small steps felt like breaking free from invisible chains. Sometimes I doubted myself. I wondered if I was wrong to change. Would I lose friends? Would I be lonely? But every time I felt afraid, I opened my notebook and read my own words. They reminded me who I was, someone worth loving. Writing my own story was not about doing big things. It was about being honest, about listening to the quiet voice inside that said, "This is who you are." With every page, I felt stronger. The old actor inside me grew smaller. The real me grew bigger. I was learning to live with my own heart, not someone else's story. This journey was just beginning, but already I felt hope. I knew life could be different. I could be different. And that was enough. Change was not easy. As I tried to live my own way, I faced many fears and doubts. Old habits were strong. Sometimes I wanted to go back to being quiet and safe. It felt easier to act like before. People around me did not always understand. Some said I was selfish or strange. Others ignored my new choices. It hurt my feelings. I wanted to give up and return to the old role. But inside, a stronger feeling grew: the need to be real. I knew change is hard, like walking in a dark forest. You cannot see the way ahead. But if you stop, you stay lost. I learned to face my fears. When I felt scared, I talked kindly to myself. "It is okay to be afraid," I said. "You are brave because you try." Sometimes I made mistakes. I hurt people without meaning to. I felt alone and confused. But every time I learned something new, I grew stronger. I found new ways to say what I felt. I saw that freedom is not perfect. It is real. It means living with all parts of yourself, good and bad, strong and weak. I was changing, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. I was becoming the person I needed to be. Now, I feel different. I am still learning, but I know one thing for sure: my life has meaning. Because I am here just as I am. I don't have to do big things or be someone else to be important. I learned that everyone has value, even if the world does not always see it. We all have a story worth telling, a voice worth hearing. You don't need to be perfect or famous to matter. Just being yourself is enough. I am grateful for the journey, the pain, the fears, the tears. They helped me find my true path. Writing my own script gave me freedom and hope. If you feel lost or like you're playing a role, know that you can change your story too. You have the power inside you. It starts with one small step, one honest word, one brave choice. Life is not a joke. It is a chance to be real, to be you. And that is the greatest gift of all. Learn from my story. Everyone has value and meaning in life. You do not need to do big things to be important. Just be yourself. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more stories that help you find your true path.